The 2025-26 season has really shaken things up in the world of football. The script is being torn to shreds everywhere. Not everything has been going as planned. Some happenings have made fans turn their heads slightly, but the performances of some teams have left several jaws on the floor. Those are the teams we're here to talk about in this video today. These are 10 teams that have shocked everyone this season. We'll start with Bodo Glimp. What they're doing this season is absolutely incredible, and no one saw it coming. At the end of November, they looked like they were heading out of the UEFA Champions League just like everyone expected them to, but when absolutely no one gave them a chance, they started an incredible run. You see, going into December, they needed to get results in their last 3 Champions League phase games against Dortmund, City and Atletico Madrid to have any hope of remaining in the competition, and against all odds, they actually pulled it off. They secured a draw against Dortmund and defeated both City and Atletico Madrid to earn a place in the playoffs. In the playoffs, they drew last year's finalists and Serie A leaders Inter Milan, and once again, no one gave them a chance, but they went on to beat the Italians both home and away to qualify for the round of 16. In doing so, Bodo Glimp became the first team from outside Europe's top 5 leagues to win 4 consecutive games in a single Champions League campaign against opponents from the Big 5 leagues in 54 years. They also became the first Norwegian side to reach the UEFA Champions League round of 16 in 26 years. What they have done so far has shocked everyone, and I guess we should say that Spurs, who faced them in the Europa League semis last season, warned us. Speaking of Spurs though, they too have shocked everyone this season. They have been a very confusing team in this campaign, and what we have seen from them so far has shocked us so much. First of all, seeing the reigning Europa League champions battling relegation is a bit of a shock, but what makes it even more shocking is that their Champions League form has been very different from their league form. While they're struggling in the bottom end of the Premier League table, the North London club flew high in the Champions League phase. They finished in the top 8, securing automatic qualification to the round of 16. But when you look more closely, it's even more impressive. They finished 4th ahead of the likes of Barcelona, Man City and PSG, lost just 1 game out of 8, had the second best defensive record in the league phase behind only Arsenal, and their keeper Guglielmo Vicario managed the most clean sheets in the league phase. It has just been so shocking to see a team doing this well in the biggest club competition in the world while being utterly disastrous in their domestic league. But Spurs are not even the only London club that has shocked everyone this season. Can you guess who the other one is? Tell us in the comments, we'll see if you're right soon. While you're there, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so you never miss out on our amazing content. Now, back to the video. Let's talk about Liverpool. It's so shocking to see what happened to them this season. When the defending champions go out and spend almost €500 million in the summer transfer window, everyone expects them to, at the very least, mount another title charge. But it has been a rather shambolic season for the Reds. They started pretty well, sitting on top of the table for the first 5 match weeks or so, but they fell off really hard. Right now, they're only fighting for a place in the Champions League next season, and the crazy part is that with the way the table is set up right now, they might still end up not getting that. Interestingly, just like Spurs, while they struggled in the league, they showed real class in the Champions League, finishing 3rd on the table after having dropped points in just 1 out of their 8 games in the league phase. Meanwhile, with Manchester United, it has been all types of shock. The start of the season was shockingly bad. They were knocked out of both domestic cups in the first rounds, and they were not very good in the league either, infamously failing to string 5 wins together. But after they sacked Ruben Amorim and replaced him with Michael Carrick, things became shockingly good for them. They went on a 6-game unbeaten run, which included wins against Arsenal, City and Spurs. Right now, they seem poised to finish 3rd in the Premier League this season. Considering how badly they started the season, it is very shocking that Manchester United are playing this well and are where they are on the table. Let's now head to France, where RC Lens have been shocking the entire world week after week. These guys, who only gained promotion back to Ligue 1 in 2020, are now pushing PSG for the title this season. They finished 8th on the table last season, but this season they've already pretty much secured a top 2 finish. Absolutely no one saw them coming, but they have been giving a really good account of themselves in the French top flight so far. Right now they are 2nd, but they have actually spent a couple weeks at the top of the table this season. Even if they don't end up winning the title, they'll certainly be heading to the Champions League next season for only the 4th time in their entire history. Truly, no one could have predicted what we're seeing with the French side this season. It's been really shocking. Seeing Fiorentina battling relegation in the Serie A this season has also been pretty shocking. I mean, how does a club go from finishing 6th last season and qualifying for Europe to winning just 5 out of 26 games and languishing in the relegation zone? It is so shocking and very difficult to explain. And for them, there isn't much respite in Europe. Yes, they're in the round of 16 of the Conference League, but they very nearly bottled a 3-goal first-leg advantage against a Polish side in the playoffs. It's so hard to believe how bad they've become overnight. Hopefully they manage to get their act together, because seeing a club as big as Fiorentina get relegated this season would be a seismic shocker to the entire footballing world. Anyway, another team that has shocked everyone so much this season is Ajax. We usually expect to see them in the top 2 of the Eredivisie table, but right now they're 4th. But that's not even what's been so shocking about their season. These European giants were very embarrassing in the Champions League. They lost 6 of their 8 games in the tournament and finished 32nd out of 36 teams. It was such a surprise that the 4-time winners of the competition could not at least make it to the playoffs. Speaking of teams that didn't make the Champions League playoffs this season, let's now talk about Villarreal. They finished 2nd bottom of the Champions League table only on goal difference, having failed to win any of their 8 games. For a club that won the Europa League as recently as 2021 and were playing in the semi-finals of the Champions League in 2022, this is certainly shocking on its own. But you know what makes it even more shocking? The fact that they've been flying high in Spain all season. Right now, Villarreal are 3rd in La Liga, behind only Barcelona and Real Madrid, and they have been 3rd for much of the season. How they've managed such a good record across 26 games in the league while being unable to win any single one of 8 games in the Champions League is just so astonishing. Anyway, remember we said there's another London club on this list. It's not Arsenal or Chelsea, it's Brentford. You see, coming into this season, many fans, journalists and pundits predicted that Brentford would be battling relegation. And it felt like a reasonable prediction at the time, because in the summer they lost their coach Thomas Frank, as well as some of their best players including Brian Mbomo, Jon Rissa and Christian Nørgaard. But so far, they have been shocking the entire world with their performances game after game. They're currently 7th in the Premier League and are well on course to secure qualification for a European competition next season. They've been led brilliantly by Igor Thiago, who's currently fighting for the Premier League Golden Boot, and they've also been massively helped at the back by former Liverpool boy Kieran Kelleher, who averages 2.7 saves per 90 and has saved 3 penalties in the Premier League this season, 3 times more than the next best goalkeeper. What has been happening and how it has been happening for Brentford this season still has everyone in shock. It would be nice to see them complete the job and head to a European competition for the first time in their entire history. Finally, Valencia have been very shocking in this campaign. Seeing them in a relegation fight in La Liga for the 2nd successive season is not something anyone was expecting to happen. They're one of the giants of Spanish football with a lot of history and titles. They also have real quality when it comes to players, so seeing them flirt with relegation once again is super shocking. Now, are there more clubs that have given you a real shocker this season? Tell us all about it in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on new content. Catch you in the next one. Bye!